going to space, because we talked about him going around the world. And I had a chat with our friend ChatGPT about this. And
Must be true.
ChatGPT came up with some weird solutions. So obviously told me it was impossible for Santa to reach space with reindeer because reindeer couldn't fly. So obviously ChatGPT doesn't believe in Santa. Anyway, let's put that aside. It made a lot of calculations. Some said that he would need 590 billion reindeer to reach low Earth orbit, then 100 million, whatever. So all kinds of numbers. And then ChatGPT asked me if I wanted the same calculation with turkeys. So then he told me that Santa would need 170 million turkeys to reach space, and it was easier because they could fly. Anyway, then ChatGPT asked me if it should generate pictures, infographics, if you will, of the reindeer and the other scenario. So I'm just going to show you. I don't know where ChatGPT got these numbers from. So these are not the numbers it came up with. And then it generated these two pictures. So reindeer and escape velocity. Evidently, Santa needs 946 reindeer. Don't know why. And he would need 2011 turkeys to escape Earth's gravity. So I just wanted to share the information with you, and also how unreliable and ungrateful ChatGPT is, and it clearly doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
Well, I just think what I love about all good documentaries and podcasts is that they are 100% fact-based. We've climbed over that bar so effortlessly. Then, I want to slightly change the tempo now. We've escaped gravity. We're floating up there, and whether it's 946 reindeer or those thousands of turkeys gobbling around, tootling around, there must be a better way of doing it. And the logic of a better way of doing it, and it's alternative propulsion systems. And with this, I'd like to bring in the wonderful Snow Queen of propulsion herself, Sara Aloa, and give you some thought, perhaps. Sarah, if you are reinventing the wheel, and Graeme's established we can't do that, but for the purpose of the podcast, we can. What are your thoughts on alternative ways for Father Christmas to tootle around in Leo, or Velio in this case?
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe it's what Santa's been using all along. It has been the VLEO propulsion. I mean, we know that it's been around, since the USSR times, with Sputnik being the first very low Earth orbit satellite orbiting at 200 kilometers, and coming into now, we're seeing more and more benefits to these regions as well. Who's to say we didn't actually learn it from, the big man up there with the big beard? It makes all the sense. VLEO is an area where you have the quickest orbital time. If you really wanted to reach all those homes at once, you really have to be flying at those as fast as you can, with all of those kilometers a second. You really have to be undetectable, untraceable, really, because when do you really see Santa? Not in the air. Usually, sometimes you catch him with a bit of a glass of milk and some cookies falling down the chimney, but not in his trajectory usually. So who's to say he's not already using similar types of propulsion? And if anything, Santa, I'm sure he's very sustainable in grain. I don't see him, although he has a massive factory of coal clearly to give out to the bad children, we don't actually see him burning any of this. So, clean methods of transportation up there. And what's more clean than using the air itself? Reindeers have to be fed, but who's to say? The reindeer is maybe just the name of the engine he's using.
That's fascinating. I mean, I see Graeme flapping his hands there.
Well, I was going to say, this is these destroying images, Sarah, because in our household we certainly follow the NORAD tracker each year, where the US government itself actually tracks Santa around the world and sees where he goes. I mean, so he's definitely up there, and don't tell me he isn't. I can imagine that to avoid all of those transients where you're speeding up and slowing down to deliver the presents, maybe we can't actually track the individual presents being kind of distributed from the sleigh because they're too small to track. But yeah, if you're saying he's not there and NORAD is wrong, then I will drop you off at the US government to have that argument, I'm
I
afraid.
think he is there, but he's just very hard to track. I guess
Okay.
maybe only with military means might we be able to find Santa.
Fine. Okay, I will agree with you there. Yeah.
And we very easily and very nearly rather slipped into the whole debate of dual use. I mean, is Santa perhaps, dare I say it, used by alternative agencies, alternative actors for executing certain policy and gift initiatives?
Well, there is the debate that the whole, Aurora extraction from Boscombe Down could have been Santa doing a trial run during the summer, but he probably doesn't need an entire C5 Galaxy to get his sleigh back to where it needs to go. So it's a debate that will rage, Bruce, and I don't think we're going to put this one to bed today, unfortunately.
That's fine. Sarah, let that come back to you. I picked up some very important points about your Velio technology. What is it about Velio as a if I use the word orbit, it's probably not the right word, but Velio as a place which would probably lend itself to Father Christmas?
Well, it's the only area really with air still substantially in the atmosphere, and who's to say maybe a bit of snow as well. So it fits the theme, it fits the aesthetic, if anything, It's the one where we're seeing the most high quality space data be delivered as well, and who's to say it cannot come in the form of presents as well. So we're closer, we're faster, we're easier to reach, easier to get there as well. So logistically, simpler for Santa to go in and out of the orbit. So all of this combined works for both satellites and, Father.